how we played versus Mississippi State was, a little bit of a confidence booster, but, how we played versus Alabama, we know who we are, we know what we are able to do, and we're just going to continue to take that through the rest of the season.
What challenges do you see from South Carolina?
South Carolina, they're a well-coached team. The freshman quarterback that they have, he makes the throws that the coaches want him to throw. They're relatively easy, being that he's a freshman. And then they have some senior receivers and a very good fast receiver who's a junior, and they have running backs that are pretty good. Their offensive line has some experience on their left side, and they piece that together to hang into games and win them.
You say they're a well-coached team. What do you see about them on film that makes you think this is a team that's been coached well?
Just knowing the history of the coach and coaches there, knowing some of them even personally, and then just seeing on film like how they're, usually in sync, how they're able to string together drives and make some big plays.
The series has produced a lot of close games the last several years. Last few years they've been on top. How much motivation does that give y'all going into this game matchup with South Carolina?
It definitely gives us some motivation. I mean, even if we would have won last year or the year before, anything to that extent, we definitely just want to win this game and continue to win the rest of it.
What is about the series that's kind of produced such close games? Just two really evenly matched teams, or what's caused that?
I'm not totally sure, but we definitely did have two well-coached teams, two talented teams, and that's just how football is sometimes.
What's changed with this line the last couple of weeks to get the push you guys have been getting?
As a defensive line, we've definitely been able to make some plays and step up. I'll be remiss if I didn't speak on the last game. I didn't play up to the standard that I needed to play, and that's not going to happen again. So that gives me a little bit of extra motivation, and the guys a little bit extra motivation to just step it up a notch this game. And if the game falls into our hands, we're going to win it. That's the goal.
As a unit defensively, just how much easier are you guys getting it right now and playing together compared to maybe week 1, week 2? Because it looks improved.
Definitely. I think it has improved, and just listening to our coaches, executing, truly playing together, sometimes that can, go out the window. Sometimes you don't really have a grip on playing together, but we've been playing together these past few weeks, and it's shown on tape. We just have to continue to do that, improve our game, improve different facets of our game, and then as that ties together on defensively and offensively, we'll win games.
There's been a lot of talk about South Carolina's defense, their coaching staff, and how they approach defense. Does that give you guys as a defensive unit maybe a little extra motivation as well? Just the fact that a lot of the talk around town has been on their defense.
Not particularly. We know they have some talented guys on defense, on their defensive front especially. But we know the talent that we have. We know what we can do, and we plan on coming in this week and doing what we can to win the game. Making the plays that we're supposed to make, doing our assignments, playing within the structure of the defense.
Plays a different position, but Jalen McCullough playing a little bit more now with Trayvon's injuries. Anything that he does that stands out and impresses you, especially as a freshman?
He's been able to pick up and learn very quickly. He was an early enrollee, so as y'all may know, he had a pretty good spring game. I think he had two interceptions, so that's translated into the season. He was able to have a sack and hold in coverage this past weekend, and he's impressed me.
What stands out about their clubs? They spent the last couple of years. This time's going to be, I guess, will be Thanksgiving. Their new quarterback. What stands out about him from film?
Like I said, the coaches asked him to make throws that are not intermediate, so he probably has a higher completion rate. He's smart. He's a freshman. He probably doesn't want to make a whole lot of mistakes, so he hasn't been. And we're going to try to, disguise and, put him on the ground and different coverages, get our hands up to just throw him off. And once we throw him off and get our hands on offensive line and get our hands on running backs, cover receivers, that's what playing defense is. And, we want to win the game that way.
What do you think went wrong for you at Bama? What did you see on film? that makes you say that about your performance?
I mean, it was just, little things, technique, this, that, and the third. And I just know me personally, I like to step up my game. My coaches expect that out of me. I owe that to my teammates. It's not about me. When I say that, it's not about me. It's just I owe that to my teammates.
What have you seen that's allowed Earl Middleton to kind of turn the corner in the last couple of weeks? I know he didn't play a lot early, but the last couple of weeks he's been a heavy fixture in the rotation right alongside you.
Rel, he's always been a big guy. He's like 6'7", 300 pounds. So he's always been physically dominant, and then he's just been able to string together technique and effort and play within the structure of the defense and make some plays for us. It's been good to see.
He's the guy that played wide receiver in high school and went the JUCO route. He's still kind of developing and getting bigger as a defensive lineman, getting used to that position. You think that he's a guy who is kind of starting to fill out and physically be ready for that role as well?
Oh yeah, for sure. Physically, he came in very imposing already, and now just as he's filling out his frame and becoming bigger and stronger, we know and he knows what he's able to do for sure.